Comedy, mushroom, cold, podcast. Hello, how are you? How is your day going? Today's Thursday. Um, I don't know what day it is when you're listening to this, because that's the fun of media and online and content is you could be listening to this in the future. I mean, as long as everything is still recorded the same way that we've recorded everything for the last 20-ish years, let's call it. So I mean, as long as data is stored in the same way, like if this ends up on some sort of like d- data drive that is found in the future. Like when they find wherever the NSA is keeping all of the information, whenever that happens, and they like find a plastic square and they're like, what the fuck is this? How does this do anything? And then they like find like a USB port or cord and then like they charge it and they're like, holy shit, some lights came on it. Like however they, the people in the future people, dinosaurs, maybe they come back and they're like intelligent. Um, the souls of the like whatever robots that have souls in them, but like have forgotten the past, and there's just like eons of rubble on top of it. Whomever finds this, I hope you're having a good day when you're listening to this. And if this is the future, hello from the past. I mean, whenever you listen to this, it will be the future. Hello from the past. Because that's how time works. Welcome. This is the Comedy and Mushroom Cult podcast. I wasn't really expecting to start a speech to the future today. But I would really love to catch you up on what happened whenever you found this. So, if you found this in like a million years, welcome to the past. This is my couch. This is a lamp. This is a wax melt. This is a pink salt lamp that hasn't been turned on, I think, since we've been here. But like, it's good for the ions in the air. All right, your eons in the future. These are ions in the air in my time, the past. There's a gray cat laying right here. You can't see him. He's stage right from us. There's a black cat over there. I'm in Chicago, Illinois. Illinois is a Cherokee. I don't know if it's a Cherokee word. But no, it's a great day. It's a beautiful, sunshiny day. Probably gonna have to go outside, take advantage of that here soon. I took a walk to get coffee, but it was like just to the shop right there, so I didn't get a good walk in. I don't know. This is sorry for yawning right into the microphone. This is the second time I'm doing this. I recorded. Some people are calling it the opus of our times. It was just like a really good look at the world post 9/11, since today's the 12th. Talking about hot firefighters. I mean, who doesn't like a hot firefighter? And I mean the connection to democracy and its failings, and how we're gonna change the world, and how we could fix the world, and how it seems kind of helpless these days. But I mean, we could do it. But yeah, that's what happens. You record a 50-minute long podcast, and 20 minutes of it survives, and you're like, don't worry about it. That's just the audio. We got the video backup. Everything's gonna be fucking great. And then you like see that the video cut off at 20 minutes as well, even though the timer still was going for the 50. And I don't want to say it takes the wind out of the sails, but I mean, hey, now we're better. Like, I got that off of my chest, and you guys don't have to hear it. So, like, that's good. That's probably better. Hi, how are you? Everything's great. The debates were yesterday, 2 days ago, on a Tuesday. That's very weird that they just throw it on a Tuesday. Debates seem like a Monday activity. Yeah, Like, why wouldn't it be, Monday Night Football? That's why. Duh, obviously. Football is more important than democracy. So, shout out to the television networks on that one. You really crushed it. You made the right decision. I'm losing sleep over the decline of democracy. But look, Kamala won the debate. I don't know. Kamala won the debate, but we all lost the debate. Donald Trump's an insane person. Kamala Harris still, like, we found out that she's going to tax some people and cut some tax. We don't have any plans or any idea. I watched 30 minutes of it. So if they, like, really drilled down on policy at any point in that, because from what I saw, there, like, the whole idea was just get Trump flustered. And she did that. So congratulations. She also seemed like she could put together a cogent point. It sounded like a car accident just happened outside, but I don't believe that was what happened. And also, if you're picking up outside traffic, I'm sorry. I'm just not going to close the windows again for the second time on this. So if there's some road noise and, like, you hear some lights and sirens and whatnot, those are heroes, okay? So if you have a problem with that, take it up with George W. Bush. Get a time machine. Are you listening, people, eons in the future, that found this in a pile of rubble? Maybe you found this in another pile of rubble in the remnants of a terrorist attack, okay? Maybe your president is standing on the rubble of whatever giant buildings that you had that people have just been trying to blow up. That was the second time that they tried to blow it up. Like, they got it this time. Persistence. They don't really... You know what kids these days don't have is persistence. But no, it is what it is. And I mean, whatever. Like, Kamala's gonna be the president, and the world's just gonna keep rolling on, as it has for the last 23 years since September 11th, 2001. I mean, most people, you could take it back to JFK because, I mean, the fucking just intelligence operations in this country are great because, like, I mean, they know everything about everybody, and everybody's on their radar. Like, whenever something big happened, like, let's say 9/11, they were on the radar of the FBI and CIA, but they don't talk to each other because, like, one's supposed to be whatever. The most recent school shooting in Georgia, I didn't look into the shooter at all in this one. They were on the radar. The guy who shot at Trump, he was on there, and they just didn't do anything about it. So, like, I'm just real glad that of all the information that our government has kept track of us over the last, I don't know, 20 some years or whatnot. I'm glad that you guys found this, and it's really just like this is like, I'm glad that you're hearing it from me versus somebody else. Like, imagine finding the tapes from CNN or MSNBC or, God forbid, Fox News or, God forbid, Alex Jones. My Alex Jones isn't very good. If you don't know who Alex Jones is, use whatever futuristic form of Google you have to look it up, because they run everything now. I'm assuming that they'll run everything in the future. What is it? Alphabet Company, which is kind of crazy that, like, they're called the Alphabet Company, and then people call that, like, they call the government the Alphabet stuff. So, I mean, they probably they're the East India Trading Company at this point. They own our country. Between them and Apple and Disney. I started writing. I'm still off of Adderall because, like, healthcare, right? Like, we don't need it. We've got entertainment. We've got content. We've got a brand new iPhone, even though they just came out with one last year, and it looks like it's the same thing. And I know that that's like even Apple people are like, what the fuck are you doing to us now? And, like, for them, that'd be like if Elon Musk fans looked at the Cybertruck and were real with themselves, and they're like, what are we... Like, I've been on your team for so many things. Like, there's so many things that we've just, like, signed up for and have been okay with. And just like, do you know what? I'm an Apple fan. I'm an I'm not. Like, I'm the royal eye, people who are these people. Maybe if I recorded on an Apple device, like, this shit wouldn't be happening. But, like, I also just can't, like, I don't, like, I just kind of see through cults at this point. Like, I'm trying to start the Comedy Mushroom cult. Like, I'm trying to start one myself. I can't join one. Like, I can watch them and admire how they do that and kind of just be, like, shitty about it. Like, a moralistic cult, all right? That's what we're going for here. Like, we don't want to fuck your wives. We want you to join and just, like, give me money from time to time, you know? Like, I don't, like, I care about your souls. I'm not sure souls are real, right? But like Apple, like, I just want you to give me money. I don't want your information. I mean, except for to find you to get my money. Yeah, that's, I mean, I don't think that that's too much to ask. But anyway, I'm writing a book, and and I want to, like, put in, like, it's a sci-fi novel. And when I say I'm writing it, I wrote, like, an outline for myself. I had, like, a dream about it, and it was a good idea, I think. But since I don't have Adderall, like, I've just not looked at it since I wrote out the outline on Monday, and we're on Thursday, so it's been 4 days. And you might think that, like, oh, usually this is when I'm like, oh, I should work on. I'm not gonna try. Why? Why am I gonna try to work on it right now? Like, one of the cool things about having ADHD is, like, I can start 1,000 different projects. Like, throw so many irons in the fire, not run out of energy at all. But as soon as it's time to, like, finish one project or actually work on it, like, I'm so creative right now. Like, if we're gonna go off of Rick Rubin time, I'm planting seeds, right? Like, I'm in the collection phase or whatever the fuck it is. Like, I'm collecting ideas, so many ideas. Some might say that it's overwhelming and kind of might put me in, like, a little bit of a sour mood lately, where I have to try and concentrate on being positive, enjoying the world, because, like, I know that it's my mind playing tricks on me. Shout out to the Ghetto Boys. Yes. Yes. And, but, like, it's a lot, but, like, some cool things. Like, I think it'll be a good idea if I ever finish it. I think it'll be fun, but I'm trying to put, like, real world things in my sci-fi book it's about the nearish future. So, like, maybe it's about the time that you're listening this at, future person who found this in a rubble. We're not giving up on that theme for this podcast now. This is the world that we live in this episode of the podcast. This is found footage. This is Cloverfield. No, but, like, it's futurish sci-fi talking about how, like, the world has ended, and before it ended, Disney owned everything. But, like, in a book that I'm maybe going to try to sell, I can't just, like, name check Disney in it. I think there's, like, pretty good laws against that. So, like, I have to say the mouse. Like, the mouse owns everything. And, like, so, like, it's one of those, like, the mouse owns, Disney owns everything. Google owns everything. So, like, there's a good shot that they're still around. You might be living in Disney World. In 2024, Disney World is a place for weird fat people in their 30s and 40s who have no children but are stuck in a stunted mental development where, like, they want to go back to a more pure time where they can enjoy fucking Aladdin and, like, I don't know, the Goofy movie, an even goofier movie, Star Wars, since Disney bought that. Like, imagine loving something so much that, like, a giant corporation buys it and you're like, thank God that they bought it, so now I can go to, like, Star Wars World because Disney owns it and then ruined it, like, in their new ones just to make more money, and you're still like, no, they're great. They helped fund the Nazis, but no. Cartoons. Like, they made me, it feels, and then, like, even Newfound Glory. Like, now I'm, like, I have, like, because they remake Disney songs a lot, which is cool. Like, I think it's fun. I like Let It Go. That's a great song. The new one, Part of This World, they did, or Part of Their World, the Little Mermaid one, yeah, fine. It was good. But, like, now they're like, hey, if you're a Disney adult, You're just having fun. You're not weird. Having fun isn't weird. It's like, it'd be fine if you just, like, went. But, like, making it your entire personality of, like, I'm a Disney person, like, calm the fuck down. All right? And, I mean, I know that that's kind of, I don't know. I do the same thing with the NFL, but it's not, like, my whole personality. Like, it's, like, one facet of what I do. I'm not going to NFL world, and I'm going to fucking lose my mind because they have been grinding away at this I hope you can hear this. They've been grinding away at this fence for a business week. Like, they started last Friday, and every day they've been grinding at this fence. I'm going to get up and close the window. I'm not going to pause it. I'm not going to edit it out. Like, this is going to be a real part of it. But, like, I want you to hear a part of my world right now. And, like, it's, like, one of those metal fences, like, raw iron fences that, like, doesn't do anything. It's just for aesthetics. It separates, like, it's only there so, like, homeless people, unhoused, won't, like, sleep on the patch of grass that's next to the building. That's the only reason it's there. And apparently it was too rusty. And instead of, like, sanding it, like you're supposed to, like, you sand it, and then you prime it, and then or, like, a laser. I've seen lasers been used. They're using, like, grinders on it, which, like, I'm sure makes it go quicker and, like, runs out of sandpaper, or, like, is, like, more durable than sandpaper. Probably better for the environment, but fuck is it annoying when it's been this is the fifth business. This is a business week of them doing it. So I'm gonna go close the window real quick. Here, this is what I'll do for you. Let me find something to keep you occupied for a hot second. And hopefully it doesn't get flagged. But I mean, it shouldn't, like, this shouldn't have any sort of record to it. All right, let's see if this works. If this is what we're looking for. Yeah, all right. We'll put you on hold real quick. Thank you for holding. Your patronage to this podcast is very important to us, and we will get right back to the regularly scheduled programming as soon as possible. And we are back. Thank you for holding. No. I've lost my goddamn mind. And, like, I'm just figuring it out. So we did the debates. Who cares? Honestly, who cares? This is the closest I'm going to, so shut the fuck up. All right? Before you even say something to me about it, shut the fuck up. Okay? But this is the closest I've ever been to not voting. And hi, Weedy. Hi, my little guy. We're going to have another episode featuring Pete Wentz, it seems like. But this is the closest I've ever been to not voting. Because it doesn't matter. And I understand that, like, this is how Hillary lost, which, like, fine. I'm kind of happy that happened. But, like, if, like, Kamala's going to win. And it's going to be disappointing. Because, like, in 2 years, we're all going to, like, internet meme be like, well, we just let it happen again. We got duped again in, like, the most exciting or most important election of our life. And then this lady who has never been elected to anything except for, like, prosecutor. And I don't even know if she was elected or if she was appointed. This lady who's been our president, who the first time she was elected to anything was now when we elected her president. And we just, like, did it. We, like, sold our souls, and then nothing happened. They didn't pay off our student loans. They didn't give us health care. They didn't... No, you can't bite shit like that. Why are you getting into anything? Hey, you, stop. This is a chaotic podcast. I mean, I guess that's how the podcast... I closed him into a box. All right, stay the fuck out of there. You know what you're supposed to get into and what you're not. You know better than that. A little Chicago PD. Come here. Lay down. Be good. Um, but no, it is what it is. Like it just feels like it doesn't make sense. Like it might be the last time we ever need to vote. Like, and that was it was very weird on like the debate coverage. They're like, hope you enjoyed the debate coverage. This might be the last one. And I was like, well, that's a weird thing to say. But they meant for like this election cycle. But I mean, did they? Anyways, segue. Dave Grohl, famous ex-drummer for Nirvana, drummer of Them Crooked Vultures, which was very fun. He did that one CD with God damn it, why am I forgetting that? Queens of the Stone Age, lead singer, guitar player of the Foo Fighters. All around good human, passes out food at hurricanes and shit. Just an all-around good guy. Great documentarian. That's maybe my favorite thing that he does is music documentaries. I'm a big fan of those. But it turns out that he had what's the word I'm looking for? Bastard is not the right word, but like a child outside of his. Well, I guess technically it's a bad, but like this isn't Game of Thrones. I had like a whole Game of Thrones thing the first time I recorded this too. Like it was, I don't know, it wasn't fun. It wasn't, nobody would say it was a fun podcast, but like it was, I don't know, it was good if you're like in the market for something good. Just petting this goddamn cat on camera. That's what this podcast is. The Mailin' It In cast. But no, he had a child outside of his marriage. So that means that he had an affair of some sort. Maybe it was a one-night stand. If Dave Grohl's still getting women pregnant off of one-night stands in his 50s, I mean, good for him. Strong swimmers, dude. But I like to assume that it was like an affair of some sort. I haven't looked much into the story because then like the debates happened with the cat eating and all of that. So like that came up. Taylor Swift, she endorsed Kamala Harris like publicly, which is kind of a big deal. I'm the first one to throw stones at Taylor Swift, and this leads back into Dave Grohl, because I think this is Taylor Swift's fault, and I think she did this. But like she came out on the same day that Dave Grohl came out and announced his new child with person not his wife. Taylor Swift came out and endorsed Kamala Harris. Like, big day for Taylor Swift. And then she, like, won something, Artist of the Year at the VMAs last year. Last night. So, like, congrats to her, I guess. No, you can't be on the computer. Please. But no, so she endorsed, which is a big deal. She's a billionaire, so that's a big deal. She's got like social clout. She's got a bunch of fans who like don't even politically believe in that. Because I mean, she's a little rich girl from Reading, Pennsylvania. And like, so she's got, and like her dad, even in like that one documentary, was like, it's probably not a good idea to speak out against Trump, like stuff like that. Like, I don't think she's ever endorsed a presidential candidate. But now she has, and that's like a big, and like Trump says it'll hurt her in the marketplace, which like maybe, like, I mean, maybe some of her fans won't listen to her anymore, which is fine. Because I mean, they weren't listening to the new stuff anyways. And like, they were skipping over like the songs about how it's not like bad to be gay. So like, she's not losing any bad fans, if she's losing any at all. I mean, it was really not a risk, but like it's actually a big deal, because there's nothing but risk from it. Like, I would have assumed that Taylor Swift was voting for Kamala, because she just, I don't know. I feel like Kamala had tickets to the Eras Tour. Maybe comped, maybe not. Quit. No. Stop this. Go. This was enough. That was enough of your nonsense for the day. He was trying to chew on the corner of the fucking computer because I'm paying attention to it more than him. And he doesn't realize that I'm making content. Like, how do you explain to these kids these days? In the future, I don't know if you guys still make content or if you found a way to, like, have arts without having to, like, put your stupid face on camera for no reason and broadcast your voice to nonsense. Hopefully you can. Are you fucking kidding me? Knock it off. Go. This fucking thing's just staring at me. Yeah, you can come back over here and get pet, or just stop fucking biting the computer. Whatever. So, how this is Taylor Swift's fault for Dave Grohl. A couple months ago, Dave Grohl at a concert, like, they fucked up. And he's like, do you know what? I like you hearing me fuck up and, like, having to start over again because we play live music. We don't do any backtracking like other people in their Eras tour. And took a straight shot right at Taylor Swift. And, like, the Swifties were pissed about it. I think we might have talked about it on here. Like, it was a very good shot. It's very funny. Because, like, obviously she's lip-syncing a lot of it. It's a giant show. It's, like, 8 years long. You're going to lose your voice if you do that every night. The fact that she does it with it backtracked and, like, lip-syncing and all that shit is actually quite impressive if you really think about it. But, like, the idea that, like, she probably planted this lady in Dave Grohl's life to get him to impregnate her just to, like, sidetrack him, because she's never going to not win. She only wins. That's what she does. That's her job. She's never been bad at, like, every song that she's put out, every album that she's put out, everything. She's never let it stop her. John Mayer couldn't sidetrack her. Jake Gyllenhaal, like, just a litany of men could not stop her. Donald Trump can't stop her. Fucking Kanye West couldn't stop her. She gets stronger from all of this stuff. And fucking Dave Grohl comes out and just, like, does a nice little shot across the bow. I don't think anybody thought that she wasn't, or that she was, like, doing it all live. Obviously, she's doing some of it live. Like, of course. And of course she couldn't probably do it live. But, like, that's a long show, and she's doing one every single goddamn day for 30 years in a row. I understand that. But it's a very funny thing for an old rock star to just, like, straight up call you out for using backtracking and stuff like that. Very funny. Like, right? Like, that's a very fun thing. And then she's just like, all right, cool, Dave Grohl, you're here you go. Enjoy TMZ being parked in front of your house for however long, and enjoy the headache. Because he's Dave Grohl, and it's very funny watching, like, he's a rock star. He's been a rock star since the 90s. Like, when did Cobain kill himself? 94? So, like, since, like, 1990. So, like, as long as I've been alive, Dave Grohl has been a rock star, right? And it's not like the scandals that he's associated with are, like, other people doing drugs and dying, or, like, you know what I mean, or, like, overdosing. Like, of course he's in the arts, like, it's going to happen. There hasn't been a scandal with his name attached to it. Like, the Foo Fighters have broken, like, they've broken up a couple of times in, like, their early days, like, stuff like that. But, like, he's never, it's never come out that he's, like, beaten anybody. He's not, like, part of any big, like, fraud scandal. Like, none of his businesses seem to be, like, taking advantage of, like, unpaid labor or anything like that. Like, just all around good dude. Seems like he's doing it the right way. And, like, brings his family on tour with him, which, like, how do you have the time? Like, your family's with you on tour. How are you going to, like, how are you having affairs with people? Like, your daughter sings with you now. Like, where do you have the time? So, like, I don't know. It makes it seem like they probably knew about this already. And for him to, like, come out and be like, yeah, my bad, we're going to work on it. And then, like, TMZ, like, blows it up into, like, a whole thing. And then because of the debates and shit like that, like, it kind of fell off the map, which is good. Because, like, let him figure it out. Like, he's in his mid-50s, maybe even older. Been a rock star for forever. You think that he hasn't banged a bunch of ladies in his time? Oh, you think he's just been on the straight and narrow the entire time? Like, 2 dudes in his bands have died because of drug-related things. I mean, one was suicide, the other one. But, I mean, you don't think that he was high when he did that? Like, or when Courtney Love killed him? Like, it's wild how, like, they just want to take somebody who's cool and then, like, take him down a notch. And, like, especially, again, he went after Taylor Swift a little bit, and, like, you just can't do that. Like, you can't come out, like, if you're going for the king, you got to kill him. How many times have we got to talk about it? And if the king's a woman, you got to kill her. She's the woman king. She's she's that one movie that was like supposed to be super good. I don't think anybody saw it, but like everybody had like a strong stance supporting how strong it was. But I don't know. This is going to be a shorter one. I'm running out of steam on this. This has now been an hour and 20 minutes of me ranting about other stuff, and I don't know. I was ready for a nap after the first one, and like this one, we're doing it. The cat's starting to fuck with shit. The grinder's really wearing me down. Hey, Pete, stop. He's never like I've never hit the cat ever, but like if you make one strong movement towards him, it's like he's shell shocked, and like he will like ignore you until you like make a loud noise. And patting the couch was loud enough for him. Yeah, we'll call it at that. whoisrayroberts.com. I don't know. I got good dates coming up. Sagatuck, Michigan, Sagatuck, however the fuck you say that. That's this weekend. Then Top of the Hops next weekend, or next Tuesday. Where are my dates? Top of the Hops in Chicago. Summit City next Thursday. Old Town Laugh Lounge. That is in the Second City building. That'll be my first time at the Second City building. That'll be kind of cool. It's all like corporate owned, and like whatever, corporations are ruining everything artistic and fun, and like there's like whatever. But like that'll be fun. That's kind of like historical. Bonkers in Harris, Michigan next Sunday, and like I don't know, I just love that place. They like make a whole bunch, like it's I don't know, it sucks. It's like it's always fun, and now that I've like done it so many times, like I can enjoy having a good time there. But like it's no art is being made. It's like tap dancing for the fat white Upper Peninsula people for 20 minutes, which is fun enough. And then there's like weed across the parking lot and sports betting, and they feed you and give you a place to stay, so that rips. Then we got some like private shit, and then we're back in Michigan in October. We're in Janesville. Now he's biting me. Will you stop with this? I'm trying to wrap this up to love on you, and you're just like making this, and you're making this about you. All right, this is about the people. I don't think you understand how many people are clamoring for this. All right, and you're just a little cat. Jesus Christ. But all right, that's fine. whoisrayroberts.com, at whoisrayroberts. Thanks for listening. Sorry that this has been a shit show. Okay, bye.